Hey hiker buddies, we're here in Virginia doing the Triple Crown, and we got McAfee's Knob, we got Tinker Cliffs, and we got Dragon Tooth Trail, all sites that are supposed to be the most splendid views of the Appalachian Trail. So we're gonna go check it out, right? We got 38 miles ahead of us, 3 days of backpacking, and we're gonna have a swell time. I'm trying out this new Prism pack from Hyperlite and doing a little bit of a shakedown of it, getting ready for the winter season, see how it holds up. And so we got about 15-ish miles to Lamberts Meadow Shelter for day one. So we're gonna go here, hit McAfee Knob first, and continue along the way to Tinker Cliffs, and finally end the day at Lamberts Meadow Shelter. So let's see how it goes.
One thing that surprised us was the amount of campsites along the trail. You could never go a few miles without running into one that had adequate room to set up a tent and a nice little fire pit to set a fire and have a meal for the night. A good 3 to 4 miles later, we were already at McAfee Knob.
All right, continuing onwards north on the AT, another 5 miles or so to Tinker Cliffs. Not too much farther to the cliffs, and thankfully the shelter is another 1.5 miles after that, so almost there, everyone.
A few hours after leaving McAfee's Knob, we finally reached part 2 of the Triple Crown, Tinker Cliffs.
All right, we've reached the pivotal crossroads in the trail. So tomorrow we'll be rejoining this part of the AT and backtracking a little bit to this point, taking Layne Trail for day 2. But for now, we're heading to the Lamberts Meadow Shelter, and hopefully just a half mile or so. So it's gonna go head over there, set up our tent, eat some dinner.
Morning, hiker buddies. As you can see, we're pretty much all set to start our hike for the day. We've eaten our breakfast, cleaned up, and all in all, this was a nice little campsite. Last night, you got some nice little stumps to sit on, eat your breakfast. You got a nice log. You got a river right there to filter your water, and you got some bear lockers up on that hill to store your food for the night. So, highly recommend this shelter area. But for now, the adventure continues.
We've backtracked south on the Appalachian Trail back to the juncture. We're about to take Layne Trail to the North Mountain Trail. Should be a good 15-ish mile-ish day. And we're gonna take this trail here, get over there, and then it should be an easy walk along the ridgeline once we get to the top. So supposedly this is one of the last water sources of the day, not much water when we get to the top of the ridgeline. So we're filling up here, drinking a bunch of water, and doing some last minute filtering before we get on our way. Literally a cow on the way. See how this goes. Cow, we just want to get across this bridge here, everyone. Can we cut by you, cow? Oh, okay. Well, that answers that. Cow, other cow, do we have permission to cross your bridge? We just really want to get up here. Oh man, all the cows. They're all under the bridge here. Already gone 3 miles and we are at the parking lot, ready to transition trails. So the theory goes we're gonna take Catawba Trail all the way up to the North Mountain Trail. Take this all the way down to the end, to that parking area, and that should be about our campsite. A good 13.2 miles left in us. The good thing about being part of the National Forest System, these trails of the North Mountain, you can pretty much camp anywhere off the trail. But looks like there's some good designated campsites too along the way if you so desire. And we have finally made it to the North Mountain Trail. I can see why the trail we're just on, the Catawba Valley Trail, has earned its difficult badge, because that was a lot of switchbacks, a lot of straight up the whole way. So, ooh man, I am ready to hike a little bit of a straight line for a while, which should be the rest of the day to Boy Scout camp. Should be a good anywhere between 9 and 13 miles, depending on how far we really want to go and how many detours we take. But just gonna be hiking this ridge line the whole way. Gonna stop, take a little snack. 11 o'clock, almost time for lunch. You are walking right on the spine of the mountain, and there is in fact not much to see with all the trees in the way, even in October. All right, and here we are 3¼ miles later. We're here at the Turkey Trail. We're not going to take it. We're going to continue on North Mountain Trail, and next landmark is Goose Trail in 2.9 miles. See what relation to Skyloft he has. So just saw a giant black bear run across the trail in front of me about 30 yards. It was quite the sight to see. We did see some giant bear scat a little bit earlier on the trail, and then an hour later or so, there's Mr. Giant Black Bear, probably at least 150, 200 pounds, running sprinting across the trail at a pretty good clip. So we're gonna keep progressing and continue making some noise and getting off this guy's territory, because we went off the trail too, bear. Well, all in all, that ridgeline was quite the adventure. A lot of bushwhacking, not a lot of views. The trail itself was surprisingly easy to follow, although there weren't a lot of blazes or markings. So with all the overgrow, kind of expected it to be hard to find, but kind of worked out. It was just kind of a really boring trail, and it was a lot more uphill than I thought it was going to be. I had read and heard a lot before this that there's going to be a lot of downhill, and there wasn't a lot of downhill to the very end, so really worked out the legs quite a bit. And with a lot of wildlife, saw a lot of deer, saw that black bear that ran about 20 yards ahead of me, right in front of me, across from me, and just gave you one of those moments where you at the same time were very amazed and wanted to poop yourself at the same time and get into fight mode. But he went on his merry way, we went on our merry way, and here we are at the bottom, ready to cross 311 and get to that next point of the trail. All right, we turned right off the trail right there, onwards to Dragon Tooth Trailhead. All right, I think this is where we leave the trail for the night, go on Boy Scout, and start up camp.
Good morning, hiker buddies. Here we are at our camp, breaking it up, getting ready for the day. We got about 10 miles-ish ahead of us, all the way up to Dragon's Tooth, and then onwards with the AT North to back to McAfee's Knob parking lot. Overall, campsite was a little good. Got this nice little fire area, some nice logs to sit on, plenty of space, and a river over there, really a stream to filter your water. So gets a B+ of approval from Hiker Hunter. So we're gonna turn around off this Boy Scout Trail, a little offshoot, and get on to Dragon's Tooth here in a second.
All right, only 0.7 to the tooth. And here we are at the infamous rock slab to the top with not much of a edge to climb up. Kind of reminds me of the Billy Goat Trail outside of DC, so it should be a lot of fun here. And here we are at the tooth. I suppose that is the tooth. One impressive canine of said dragon. And what a view between the rocks. Incredible. With the Triple Crown accomplished, it was time to start heading north on the Appalachian Trail towards the McAfee Parking Area. Well, hiker buddies, we did it. We accomplished, victorious of the 35-ish miles of the Triple Crown loop. Hit it, McAfee's Knob, Tinkle Cliffs, Dragon's Tooth. Hard to remember everything right now properly with the names and all. After nearly 50 hours from start to finish, 3 days-ish. Very, very exhausted. The ridge lines were a killer, and we pretty much enjoyed immensely everything in between, to include the sights were amazing. I mean, even if you're just coming down here for the day hike to hit those sights, definitely worth the journey. McAfee's Knob was definitely my favorite, but all three have some pretty great views and nice hikes to the top. Even seeing the baby cows made our day. So hope you come down and enjoy this as well, hiker buddies. And we're gonna go home and hopefully take some showers because feeling pretty disgusting right now. And until next time, hiker buddies, stay safe, eat lots of great food, and see you next time.